Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a page using a page from the Secret Stash book by Mini Bondi, and you can see I've chosen a page already to use. And I chose this one. I liked the colours mostly, and it didn't have too much of a bold pattern, just trimming off the torn edge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my gelatos just to add a little bit more colour to the page, and just scribbling on and then going over with my water brush. I really like using the pages from this book. It's very quick and simple. If you have a bit of a fear of a blank page, I think this book's fantastic. You've already got a base there and you can just add whatever you like. You can just do some scribbling, some marks on there. You can add some paint. It's really good. There's something there to start with. So I really like using it, especially if you don't have a lot of time as well. You know, the background's already started for you. And that's the image I'm going to use. It's just a picture of a cat looking up that I cut from a magazine. And just fussy cutting the image out. It's quite a beautiful cat actually. I like cats. We have a cat at my place, but she can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. Very cute, but she's very neurotic. If she doesn't get any attention, she does naughty things like vomiting around the place and using the place as a toilet. So you can tell if you haven't paid her any attention, because you'll find some little surprises around the place. What I'm doing here is just some stamping, just to add a little bit more interest to the page. They are flowers. And something different. These are new stamps, so I'm just stamping them onto some tissue paper. I think it's tissue paper anyway. And just adding a few more stamps. And I just keep adding some more stamps to just break up the background a little bit, and to make it look like the cat's sort of sitting amongst the garden. And those are the stamps that I used. I think they were actually a set I got free with one of the card making magazines. I quite often buy the magazines just for the free stamps. It's a good way of building up my stash. And this one's a branch with some birds on there. And just looking for some distress ink. This is the pumice stone, and I'm going around the edge of the cat. I didn't want to use the black. I thought the grey would be better. But I'm pretty sure I wasn't overly happy with it in the end. So just smudging a little bit more. And unfortunately, because the image is glossy, it does catch the light. So just using a glue stick and gluing it down. As you can see, it's a very simple page, reasonably quick to do as well. So now just outlining with the black gelato. So the cat stands out a little bit more from the background. I actually made this page probably about a month, 2 months ago, and I've only just got round to editing it and doing the voiceover. Unfortunately, I've been so busy at work that I haven't had time to do much at all. I am finding that I'm really itching to go back into my what I call my art room and doing some work. But unfortunately, busy at work, and that's my priority at the moment because that kind of pays the bills. So, and you can see here I'm just giving some of those flowers a bit of a colour with the gelatos. And I'm doing some leaves now at the bottom. Okay, what I've done here is I've tried to slow it down, the video down, so that you can actually see some of the detail, but it's actually still quite difficult to see. And as you can see, I've just got some gesso and I'm just scraping it lightly over the background just to push it back a little bit. I thought it just stood out a little bit too much. So I'm just a little bit of scraping over the top. Now I'm just going around the edges of those birds with a black gel pen just to bring them out so that you can actually see what they are. And this is a butterfly that I watercolor painted. I did 2 at one point, and this was the spare one. So now I'm just putting some black distress ink around the edges. And I just using the pen, black texture pen, to just get those little areas that I couldn't get with the distress ink pad. And I've just put some double-sided tape and put it on the back and placed it on. And I've now done a label, and it just simply says "if only." I guess I was thinking the cat's sort of looking at the butterfly and maybe thinking, if only I could fly. And now I've just put a little bit of an edge around the sentiment, and I'm leaving it to dry because I do find that no matter what happens, I smudge something on there. Now I'm just going around the edges with the distress ink and just darkening the edges a little bit too now. And we're going to mount the sentiment on some card just to give it a little bit more of body. They're a bit flimsy, the labels. And sticking it down, and the page is almost finished. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this, please thumbs up. And I would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.